Story definitely isn't for you. It's all about Tony Porter's face. Not his regular face that we have put up with around Channel 10 for a long time, but a special face he acquired for a day last week. Tony met up with one of Australia's few special effects makeup artists and for a few hours took on the appearance of one of the most horrifying monsters in the movie Amityville 2.
This is the stuff of which horror movies are made, the kind of picture designed to give you nightmares. But for those few brief seconds on screen, the actors beneath those faces usually have to go through hours in the makeup department beforehand. And this, in case you can't tell the difference, is me, all dressed up and ready for my new face, which is to be applied by makeup specialist Stephen Bates. Just a little off the top, thanks. The job you're about to see took 2 hours to complete from the application of the first pre-formed latex sheet. Despite the obvious care and skill required, this is still little more than a paying hobby for Stephen, one of only a handful of people practicing the art in Australia.
I know one person up in Sydney who does latex stuff, but not makeup appliances.
It's obviously not the sort of thing that you can pick up overnight.
Not really.
So how long did it take you to teach yourself? Because you did teach yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years. Just sort of picking things up out of books and magazines and things.
Are the experts still in the United States, or?
Yep.
Yeah, right. So they're the people you look to?
Yep. You can get a lot of information out of stories in magazines about films, in filmmaking magazines and film magazines.
What are you doing at the moment, for heaven's sake? You're painting all that goo all over me.
Well, this is a plastic material which is actually used for doing old age skin, but I'm just using it to blend the edges of the appliances in.
Are you saying I've got old age skin?
Well, you would have if I put this all over you.
Yes, right. It feels pretty old now. What do you do if your nose itches when all this is on?
You suffer.
Really, that sort of thing must be a problem for people who have to spend all day on a movie set with all this gook all over them.
Well, they had one makeup job I've heard of where a woman had to have the makeup artist go to the toilet with her if she had to go to the toilet.
To help her?
Yes.
Do you find it, it's a silly question, but do you find this really enjoyable, making people ugly?
Oh, yes.
You must live, sleep and dream these nightmares.
Oh, not really.
Where do you get your ideas from? Do you study other movies or do you pluck them out of the air?
Well, it depends what I'm doing. This is copied directly from the makeup from Amityville 2, but a lot of things I'll sort of make my own designs.
Well, that's how actor Jack Magnall looks in the movie Amityville 2, and there's the finished product, folks. Doesn't look too far from the real thing, does it? Not only that, but young Stephen Bates specialises in making full head masks too. This is another monster from the same movie. In fact, it bursts out of this face. I'm not surprised that anything would burst out of this face. With a bit of luck, I will later too. Well, there you go. He makes monster makeup look easy, doesn't he? Although I must admit, after a couple of hours in that stuff, it's good to be back to normal. G'day, folks. Oh, very funny. Funny! Ha, ha, ha!
Tony Porter, looking good. We'll be back right after this.